Thanks for staying with us. A Nigerian lady has set social media on fire with a shocking confession. She's been married for 7 years to what many would describe as a good man, faithful, responsible, scandal-free, a true provider. Yet, despite all these boxes being ticked, she admits she's deeply unhappy in her marriage. Her revelation has split opinions. Some say she's ungrateful and blind to her blessings, while others argue that her pain is valid. After all, marriage is more than just finding a good man or a good woman. But this raises a big question. Can you be married to a good partner and still be unhappy? Does good character automatically translate to marital fulfillment? Or is true happiness rooted in something deeper, emotional connection, compatibility, passion, or personal growth? You can join the conversation and call it on 02016 352013 or 090241634440 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. So I saw the video of this young lady who was crying. She was weeping, seriously, saying that in the marriage she's lost herself, she's lost her identity. It's not like anything is wrong with the man. The man is a perfect man, in quotes, you know. He does all the things he needs to do. He takes responsibility, he's accountable, he's a provider. But she is not happy. She's not feeling it. And only one thing came to my head. But before I say what came to my head, I want to hear the thoughts of the ladies. Is it possible to be married to a good person but still not find fulfillment in that marriage? Is it possible?
You know, I've heard this, especially I've heard this term. I came across this term recently. I think they said it's the miserable wife syndrome. And I don't think like it's a clinical thing, but it's a syndrome to just describe women who would say they find themselves in marriages where the man, you know, by societal standards, he's a good person, but she's just not happy. Or a woman who, out of the blue, says she wants to leave the marriage, and nobody, anyone looking from outside, would be surprised because it looks like a good marriage. And usually, some of the things that they have looked at to see what causes that is a lack of personal fulfillment. So if you as a person yourself, you don't feel fulfilled, because, you know, there's this thing about marriage where a lot of people, where it's even said, oh, you're my half and I'm your half, and then together we'll become one. But we have learned, or we're coming to the realization, you know, that I need to be one whole to come with another whole, and then together, you know, we can make one big whole. Because if you're if you are dependent on one person for your happiness, I've been hearing these conversations over and over again, even from people who have been married 30, 40 years. Like, there's nobody that is the person that no one can make you happy. You're the author and, you know,
finisher of your happiness.
And of your happiness. You determine your happiness. You are in control of your happiness. Do not rely on somebody to make you happy. So sometimes when personally yourself, you haven't gotten to a place where you're happy, where you feel fulfilled, if there are things that you're dealing with either mentally or emotionally, know how, you know, no matter where you find yourself, even in a very good environment, you will not seem to see the blessing that you have, and you constantly fight it. But that's on the one hand. On the other hand is where people think that being in a good marriage is that the man is, at least he's present and he's paying bills. Sometimes there are other parts of the marriage, the communication. So it's not even the intimacy. Some people also, you know, they're intimate, but in the communication, the emotional needs, are you are you meeting those emotional needs? Am I able to talk to you and know that you understand me? Our lifestyles, our core values, are they similar? You know, do I feel that you respect me? Am I being heard? So these are some of the things that, even though on paper you have paid all the bills, you come home at a certain time, you don't sleep outside, you are not a drunk, but other things are important as well. And whether we like it or not, a lot of women are categorized under being more emotional. There are some things that is not just about physically providing, emotionally are those things being met. So that's why I can see how a woman who has been in a marriage with a good person on paper can struggle with being happy in such a relationship. Yeah.
Okay. Self-appointed medical or clinical psychologists.
Okay, for
I
today,
think that
for this table.
the story didn't gel.
Okay, how?
I'm happy, even though I'm married to a very good man.
I'm not happy.
I'm just not happy. I'm just not. You need to sound illogical.
How?
Illogical. Okay.
Okay, tell us.
As if no matter, we are very emotional, we have mood swings, we have all our hormones and everything. It's a lot of confusion. And because of all these big words that they've been given to each feeling and emotion, you won't be able to help yourself without really saying a coach out of this place.
Okay.
You'll be, because I want to see what is not working. And then you now come, because of this word now everybody is targeting this institution called marriage, and you come and say it's marriage. You're not happy. Just as Miriam said, different things can be making you not happy in a very, very stable circumstance. He's good, he's kind, he's a provider, your home is safe, but only you by yourself. Yeah, you have to go and find that thing that is worrying you.
That's what she's talking about.
They will say,
That's what she's crying out.
we all did these things as teenagers, and my auntie, I hope she's watching, she used to say, you this girl, you belong to Bandi, the way you are doing. As in one morning, one afternoon, go and tell your group people to leave you alone.
Why?
Tell them to leave you alone.
Mood swings.
Because it's just inconsistent. And so over time, I used to ask people, you should bring money. Since I grew out of it. But my problem with this lady's rant is that she went at the institution of the marriage itself as if it was a lot of confusion, as if this is why I'm not happy.
Marriage is the reason I'm not.
You understand? And a lot of people would just say, if you see the comments, people were going back and forth about the marriage, whereas this person is just personally in need of help. No, find what they make her unhappy. Then make her help her. See how she go identify them and solve it.
It could also still be the marriage that's making her.
No, she is what she's saying. Because if I as I appoint myself based upon experience to come and do clinical psychologist here today, because if you're saying my job is good, it pays well, my job makes me fulfilled, my job, but yet I wake up this morning, only me by myself. This job is why I'm not happy.
Seeing it that
I like
way.
that context. So that's perspective.
This same job.
But it pays my bills. It gives me the life I want.
You cannot be contrasting something good. It sounds very...
Yeah.
I like that.
Sweetheart, I know you're holding on. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll hear Amaka's thoughts. Stay with us. Welcome back. We're still having this conversation about the woman who is unhappy in a marriage of 7 years. And I wanted to hear Amaka's thoughts.
Okay, so I want to start with a question. So let's, you have a child and you're so well-to-do and you're giving this child everything in this world. They don't have to think for themselves. They don't have to do anything. They just need to exist and everything. Do you think you've been an amazing parent to that child? Do you think you've helped that child, like doing everything for that person and stuff? Because if you listen to what the lady is saying, she says she has a good man, but she lost herself. That thing she's saying is very critical, right? The reason why as parents or human beings that even though you love your child, but then you don't do certain things for the child because you let the child do certain things for themselves. Because you also want that child to grow. You encourage that child to be the best version of themselves, right? So if someone is saying, I'm with a good person, but I've lost myself, there's something going on there. And I applaud this woman for speaking up, because see, we're in a society where now we're encouraging people, both men and women, speak up because of mental health. Someone will still speak up, will have the bravery to still speak up, and the person was crying to express something that they're going through, and you people still want to kill the person. What do you people want? Exactly. Someone is telling you their own experience, their own problem. And yes, people can be in a good job and be unhappy. You can be in a good marriage or a partnership and be unhappy. You can have all the money in this world. Money does not buy happiness and be unhappy.
So what do you think is the root of that unhappiness?
So for me, I picked on that statement where she said she has lost herself. For you to be with somebody, whether parents, whether brother, whether sister, there's somebody that's constant in your life, whether job, and you've lost yourself. there's something that thing is doing to you. They might think that they're doing good influence over you, but maybe they're not supporting you to be the best version of yourself. There's an underlying issue.
Let me ask you another question.
Can
you lose yourself when you know yourself?
Yeah. You can lose yourself. My question would be, in losing herself, does it always have to be the fault of something external? Could it be, for me, hearing that losing myself is that it also means just a lack of personal fulfillment. And as you said, you know, the analogy you gave where maybe everything is being done for a child as a parent, you're not necessarily helping that child. So is there anything she's not doing for herself, but is expecting for the outside world to do with her? Like I said earlier, sometimes your happiness is not dependent on your spouse or people around you. It's dependent on you. What are the things that you're doing to make you feel better? You know, and Nima was saying that she didn't like the way the conversation was a bit confusing for her because she thought she's blaming her lack of personal fulfillment on the institution of marriage itself, instead of maybe reflecting and looking within and saying, what have I promised myself? What are the goals that I set for myself that I haven't followed up on? What are the things that I have said I want to do? Then there's a final part. This part is what I'm seeing quite frequently, especially in young marriages, these societal expectations. You meet your man, you're happy and you're fine. You get married, then you sit there, you now look. Then Otedolas wedding comes up and you will vex because that was not how your wedding was. Then somebody comes and shows you her trip somewhere. Then you're upset because you did not get that. All of a sudden, you're comparing your marriage with every other thing that's happening all around you. Different people, different lifestyles. And then you put that pressure on your marriage. All of a sudden, this marriage that is fine, because you now say, this is a good man, he supports me. What makes me unhappy is that when I look at everybody's lifestyle, it just doesn't match what is happening in my own. Those are some of the things that I'm seeing as well.
I don't think
that's putting pressure on marriage.
Most women that are married to wealthy men, most of the men would say, you don't need to work because I can provide and do everything for you. You don't know this woman's experience. Only her knows her experience, that she's saying, I have a good man that is a provider, does everything for me, but I've lost myself. You need to listen to what she's saying. She has lost herself. There are men, there are wealthy men that they feel that their show of love and everything is that you don't need to do it. I don't want you to work. There's so many women that will have been doing so great career-wise, but because they've partnered with someone that says, you know what, why don't you focus on the home? I'm the provider. I don't want you to go out and work. So many women are not working, right? Or not doing what they want to do, pursue their career or passion because they also want that piece of home. And the man, everybody, your friends, their friends will tell them, but you're lucky you have a man that doesn't want you to work, that provides and everything, right? But that person has lost themselves because there's something.
So that is not a good man. That's a man that does not support her goals.
And then I'll come to Nima. Jenny from Kaduna. Jenny, are you there?
Yes, good morning. My name is Delila from Kaduna. You all look very lovely this morning. And Nima, my best friend.
Hey. Thank you.
Okay, so I wanted to contribute my own quota to the conversation.
Okay.
I think she knows herself. I want to pick up from what the question BeeCee asked about. Can you lose yourself if you don't know yourself?
Okay.
I think she knows herself. That's how she's able to recognize that
she
has lost herself.
Okay.
And in a society where we prioritize and emphasize heavily on you have to get married, you have to have kids, it's easy for a lot of women to lose sight of who they are and the kind of life they want for themselves.
Okay.
Because as much as she can have a supportive partner who provides, who is loving and caring, maybe marriage is not something she wanted to be a part of. There are women who just want to live a very comfortable, simple life. I want to be able to wake up any hour of the day. I want to be able to travel at any time without having to think of, oh, who is going to take care of my husband? Who is going to look after the kids? What's going to happen in my absence? It's not just only about jobs. It's also about the kind of life that she has envisioned. And maybe she will fell under pressure of, oh, you have a good man. Why not just get married and settle down? Your husband is doing everything for you. And for her to cry out at this point, it shows a very significant problem that is affecting her mental health because she is chipping away at herself in order to fit into societal standards and is not just who she is. And there are lots of women, a lot. One of the examples I give is, I don't want to be married and stay in the same room with my spouse, and people come from, hey, what do you need?
Wow.
How kind of a loveless marriage is that? But I want my space. I want to be able to sleep at any hour I want and wake up any hour without infringing on my spouse's rest time.
Wow.
So there's a lot of things women are giving up, and some women don't even realize they're giving up those things because they want to fit in societal standard and image of an ideal woman. And for her to cry out, it means she knows herself and she knows this is not just something for her. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Before I come to
I
Nima,
love
she
that,
mentioned something which I would like us to also see that aspect, right? Her cries are valid. You know, you are the one who is sitting in the position. You are the one that wears the shoes. You know where it pinches. So if you say this is exactly how you feel, it's valid. We are not in your head. We don't know you are lying or you are telling the truth. We accept what you have said, and that's how you can find help. But Nima mentioned something which is, you know, sometimes our moods change. There's this comical videos I see on social media where a woman will just wake up and say, see, I am done with this relationship today. I am done with this marriage today. And the husband will pick up paper. You want chicken? You want ice cream? You want this? By the time he's done listening, she'll say yes. She's not done with the marriage again. It was just the mood because of the phase that she's going through. So it's also very possible that this is a phase.
7 years?
Yeah, no. She came out to cry once. Now, we don't know if she's been crying inside. It could be that this is a phase, because there are some times in the year, in the month, that even me, I'm tired of everything. Right? And in the next week again, I'm out of it. And I'm okay, I'm seeing all the blessings and I'm counting all the blessings. So it could be one of those phases. So that's on one side. Secondly, I've also noticed that it seems that women like a form of danger. You know why I say this? Many women are attracted to men who give them small SHEGE from time to time. I may be wrong, but that's what keeps their excitement going. Women actually get bored really fast. So if they meet a good man who is doing everything, bending over backwards to please them, it starts getting boring after a while, and they start feeling like they are unhappy.
Okay, well, me are not there among us.
Toxic.
I'm an extremely peaceful, focused person. I want peace 24/7, every second of my life. I don't want shege me.
We've had enough.
I don't want. I don't even want. I never wanted. Don't want. So I hear Amaka, and that circumstance can be valid. But in this case, even Jamila's case, I hear it. But this lady's audio that I listen to, goodness can be an hindrance to your happiness. It says something of your mental state, and you need to find that help. The ability to notice it, to find it, is a gift. If you can't help yourself, let people who are trained help you. You cannot. She claimed not that the person, the circumstance, the person she's with, and that can be the story of a lot of women. A lot of women are in unhappy marriages. They're not appreciated, unfulfilled, because they're in places that are contrasting their self and personality at one time. But she's not saying that. After stating, when I listened to her, only you by yourself, now saying you lost yourself. You didn't say, because, okay, I wanted to be a flyer. I found myself in marriage, and so I'm not a flying. You're so confusing. And what I hate, I've said it before, is to bring it under that institution. That some people do not even get it right. We took people who didn't get it right yesterday for the entire 2-hour show. Abi?
Yeah, we did.
We took people who didn't get it right. People who can wake up every day and see what is not working. But you are not seeing what is not working. It's only you that is not working.
Yeah.
It's only yourself. So when you see that kind of thing, do you come and say, married but lost myself?
Yeah.
The goodness of marriage that you have got right, is it the hindrance to your happiness? Is that why you're not happy? It's not gelling for me.
We have a caller on the line, and unfortunately we will have to be wrapping up this topic for whatever reason. But Mohammed is on the line. Good morning, Mohammed.
Yeah, good morning, BeeCee. This is Abdul Mohammed calling from Abuja.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nima. Good morning, Amaka, Apunau, and good morning, Mariam. Yeah, Kiki. My take on this topic is, was I don't know, was the man imposed on her before they got married, or was it based on love? Okay, let me just give an example to myself. I am married for 9 years now. I allow my wife to work. I allow her to do her own petty business. And upon that, I still support her. You know, in all ratification. You understand me? And we are like living happy. But in her own case, I don't know. Maybe she needs a divine intervention, or maybe she needs to see a psychiatric or something like that. How can you be married for 7 years with, like admitting that your husband is a good person and you're not happy? I think there's something wrong somewhere.
Okay, so can... Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
so yes, I believe that we're human beings, we're allowed to evolve, we're allowed to change, because maybe this woman started off this marriage being happy and grateful and excited that, oh wow, I caught the one that is good, does not go out, comes back, is not a drunk, pays responsible, pays a bill and stuff, right? But then she's also allowed to evolve over time to see like, oh, I've been in this thing for a while and I'm unhappy. You cannot, you see, you cannot ram down happiness or whatever on somebody. Someone is telling you, someone is telling you how they are feeling and something that is going on with them, that they are unhappy. And it is debatable why she is unhappy in the
There's
marriage.
Some kids, there's some things now from childhood they take care of. If as they don't let her know what they make
and we have
he
to
cry
go
for
short
small.
break.
She never just they cry.
Okay, so for me, I think the premise. For
Mm.
me, I think the premise is what is the problem here. She's not saying I'm unhappy because of this and of this and of this.
That, yeah.
She's not saying that these are my goals and my dreams and I'm not getting the support here. So I hear, I'll call her Rahila, where she says, it could be she had some dreams for herself, but she's not allowed to work or anything like that. Because I have heard of women who have been allowed to work and wish they were not allowed to work, that they stayed home and they were taken care of. That would have made them happier. So in the end, as valid as her unhappiness is, she has to also recognize that she has to work on it. If there's something personal outside her husband and her marriage that's making her unhappy, then she needs to start working on that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to end the topic here, but I've heard everything. We've heard what the ladies have said. She has to look into personal fulfillment, right? You're supposed to come as a full human being into the marriage. No more better halves. It's better fools now that we do. And no one has the ability or the capacity to make you happy from the outside. Happiness is what you have to find inside. If not for time, there's a question I would have asked. Are you sure these people have chemistry? Are you sure this person is in love? Are you sure some things are happening inside the other room? But we have to go. That's all we can take on this. They know they talk now off outside. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we'll continue the show. Stay with us.